So right there, her tail scared her. That's how sensitive she still is. And she's used to running away from her fears. And that's what's so dangerous about her.
Well, this mare I rescued from a kill lot in Oklahoma. She's a bucking bred mare from off of a ranch, originally in Idaho. She was shipping to slaughter.
Hey y'all, Nate Eicher from Eicher Ranch. Today we're going to be taking this horse that nobody can handle back to the round pen and start doing some serious groundwork with her. So in the last session, I haltered this horse with a rope over the top of her neck to get the halter on. I did the same thing today, and I'm basically gonna lead her out the same way we led her in with this long rope, and I got all the panels set up here, so we'll make our way out through. She's very unsure about everything, so I'm just letting her take her time and try not to let her anxiety build too much. So we're just really taking our time out through here. The reason I had all those panels set up, like I talked about in the last session, is if this horse would have got away when we were walking her out through, which is very likely that she would have took off because she is very worried and she doesn't know how to lead. We were basically, you know, she was doing it, but she doesn't understand leading. The only reason we took her out of this round pen is because we had some bad weather and I wanted to get her under shelter. But now we're good, we're back out here, and we're ready to keep rolling here. So the second time we got the halter on here, and I am going to start doing some work with the lead rope today and see if we can get her confidence level a little deeper. And you know, she's really curious, she wants to be with me, but she's also very worried. But we've got to get somewhere with her pretty soon here so we can get these feet taken care of. If you zoom in here, and those feet are really long and they're starting to really crack. So I really want to get her feet trimmed as soon as possible. So one of the first things I'll do when I'm working with a scared, reactive, anxious kind of a horse is I'll teach them how to move away from me, believe it or not. And the reason that is I need them to understand how to be responsive to me. So when they do get scared and I'm in front of them, they don't run over me. The likelihood of them running over me is a lot less if they can understand how to move away when I bring the pressure on. So that's one of the first things I'll be teaching here today. And I'm going to go ahead and take this longer rope off. And we're just going to test a few things here, and hopefully it goes well without that. I try not to put too much pressure on her. But you know, what we've seen with her on this right side is she's so defensive over here, so every time I walk to her right side, see, she's just blocking me. So one of the first things I want to address here with this lead rope is teach her how to move that shoulder away from me so I can start getting into that right side. So I'm just going to put a little bit of pressure. There she moved over. There. And now she kind of took off there like I thought she might. And right there is why I'm in the round pen. She's, you know, when something spooks her or when the pressure gets too much, she's gone. And thankfully, she understands pressure enough that she didn't take me through that panel, but I was hanging on. The reason I was hanging on there, because if they learn how to pull out of your hand, it's bad news and it becomes a learned behavior. So I really wanted to make sure I didn't let go there. So we're gonna do this again, and all I want her to do is step to the right, and this is her, she's just a little leery on this side, but my energy is saying, please move over. Great, that was much better. She thought about leaving, and then she caught herself. Good job. Good job. So that's why it's so important to teach a horse to leave and to come back to you. And it's just something we have to work through for our safety. So I'm gonna go with her. See, I got a little bit of pressure here, but I'm going with her. And then right here, I'm going to ask for her to come into me. There we go. And as soon as she attempts it, I release. But she's so big and strong, and she's used to running away from her fears. And that's what's so dangerous about her, is she's used to running away from her fears. But that's what we're gonna work through. It's not pretty working through it, but what I'm trying not to do is scare her. Like, she gets uncomfortable there, but she's not freaking out. And that's the whole point of it. So we're going to ask on this side here again. And she doesn't understand this, so all she understands is pressure and the release of pressure. And typically I won't go around my horse like this, but I'm giving her every opportunity there. She stepped one step that way, so I'm going to reward her for that. Now I'm going to grab another tool. So I'm going to take this flag to see if it'll help me. When I first thought about using a flag with a horse like this, it sounded crazy, because typically a horse like this is really scared of noise. But when I picked this flag up off the ground, this is the first time she's seen a flag that I know of, and I haven't worked with her on a flag at all, but her reaction was good enough that I might be able to use this to my benefit to help her understand what we're trying to teach her. So we'll just kind of have to see here. We'll try it on her good side first. And basically, I'm just teaching her how to move away from pressure. But then as soon as she moves, like right there, you're gonna take the pressure away. But I like to teach this before I start messing with their feet or anything like that, so I have control of my horse's mind and their body for my safety. So right there, as soon as she moves, I'm gonna drop the flag and just kind of go with her, and then softly tug her back in. Good job. So it's very tricky with what we're doing here, but if it helps her understand what I'm trying to teach, just enough of pressure that she tries, and then the release of pressure. There we go, that was better. Good. There we go, perfect. Excellent work. So right there, her tail scared her. That's how sensitive she still is. Like, she moved her tail the wrong way. But because she's responsive enough here where I feel like she's understanding what I'm after enough, she didn't run into me. But that could have easily been a horse running into me right there. So, right there, perfect. All I'm asking her to do is, can you move over? And then I'll take the pressure away. So it's basically the start of lunging a horse, but I'm not after lunging her. I'm just after, can you respond to the pressure I put onto you when I ask you to move away? And when she does, great job, much better. Good. Good. Good work. Okay, we're gonna come back and there we go. Take the pressure away. There, really good. Starting to get soft through that shoulder and rib cage. First sign of softness on that right side. But what's great here is she is starting to see me more out of that right eye, and I'll be able to start controlling that shoulder and hopefully be able to get in there to rub her more the more we do this. Good. Okay, so I'm going to drop that flag and I'm going to see if I can come over here and start rubbing her. Good. See right there, she blocked me again. Just start rubbing. There we go. Good. Then we'll come back over here where we halter. Start rubbing down her neck, down her shoulder for the first time. There we go. Good. And she'll start to feel that rubbing her, she's going to start enjoying it and looking for it. Right now, she's afraid she's going to get hurt. You know, we don't know her history, but she's really defensive on this right side, so she's just waiting for something, and I want to continue to reassure her that it's going to be all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Good. So I rub down her neck a little bit on this side, and we'll see if we can rub down her neck again. There we go. Better. Now what I like to start doing is rubbing this lead rope down her neck, getting her comfortable with this. See if we can do that on this side. I have to move slower on this, on her right side. See right there, as soon as that lead rope started to go behind her ear, she gets really worried about that. So I have to be very careful that I don't get struck here, and I'm standing at a good angle to where if she strikes, I'm not in the way. There, we got to her shoulder just a little bit. Good job. Good work. Good. Good. There I got to the top part of her leg for the first time. And here again, I have to be really, really careful to keep her relaxed, semi-relaxed here. So if I start coming down her leg at all, that I'm in a safe position. But my goal is to keep getting her relaxed so she has no reason to try to strike or be defensive. There, she's really licking and chewing, really letting down good. Great job. What I do on one side, I try to do on the other side. This side we're just not as far along, but I keep rubbing down her neck over here. See, she's just trying to push me around a little bit here, not too bad, but I'm just not pushing back. I'm just rubbing and I'm flowing with her at this stage. We're not trying to make big corrections right now, so there's some give and take. So if she goes right, I kind of go with her, but I don't let her get too pushy. Good. There we go. Really good. She's really starting to figure things out, but super reactive yet. It's just been a tough go with her to try to get her settled down, and I mean, she's doing really good for where she's been. You know, as far as we know, they estimate her to be 7 to 9 years old, and we haven't really been able to look in her mouth yet to know for sure, but like, she's been doing this for a while, so it doesn't change overnight. Good. Good job. There we go. Down her shoulder on this side. Starting to be able to feel those dreadlocks, and be nice once we can get her mane combed out. Great job. All right, so one other thing I'm going to introduce today, the last thing I'll introduce today, is bringing this flag to the side of her face and seeing if I can rub her with that. So every horse is different on when I do this, but I think she's ready to start introducing it. See there, she smelled it. That's a good sign. And she's licking there. So I'm not gonna force it on her, but I'm gonna start making her feel good with something that makes a little bit of noise, which would be great for her confidence. If I would take this to her belly or somewhere like that, she would probably kick at it really quick, wheel around and kick really quick. So I'm gonna bring it in slow and introduce her and build on that confidence. This is actually better than what I thought it would be. Good job. That's a little much there, so we're going to Just rub here. There we go. Make that feel good. All right, real good. Okay, so very nice job that she's done here today. So I'm going to work on taking off this halter and giving her relief and release from everything. But even taking the halter off is a little complicated yet, and I have to be super slow doing it. Good. So if I move fast, she'll just make a quick move away from me, and I lose confidence when she does that. I lose a little bit of her confidence. So right there, she just moved a little, so just come back here and see if I can just softly slide this off. And then I like to see if I can stay with her until she quiets back down. I don't like when they run off when I take the halter off. So if I can rub her here. Obviously I can't contain her, but if she'll allow me here, I like to rub on the side where the halter was. She's just being a little finicky, but I think she'll settle here. Good job. See, I like for her to just relax right here before I leave. That's it. That's it right there. Look, at the last second she moved. There we go. There we go. And now she's licking. Well, awesome job. She really did an awesome job today, and we brought a lot to her. I hope y'all enjoyed the session. Look for the next one when we're gonna just keep building on it and maybe get to her front feet. I'll see y'all then.